Mysterious pneumonia outbreak in Wuhan, China.
A new type of coronavirus.
The number of affected countries has tripled.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
What's going on? 2020. What do I think of you? I think you were a year that really shocked a lot of us. I think you were a year that, took us by surprise. It was a roller coaster of events, of headlines, of trauma, of death, of losses, of pain. But at the same time, if there's anything that I can say, the one word that sticks out is how resilient we've all been. If you think about it, we were taken away from our normal routine of getting up in the morning, getting on the train, coming to Toronto, going to work, wearing our work gear and, going into our cubicles, starting our day at 8 a.m. with a fresh coffee, to now all of a sudden suddenly being told and now being used to this idea of just waking up, getting out of bed, walking to the kitchen, which is probably like 10 steps depending on where you live, grabbing your coffee, instant coffee or whatever it is, and then just walking over, still in your PJs, to your desk, all within the confine of your home. And we did that. We've been doing that.
After Zoom can be exhausting.
It seems like the world's caving in on you.
Yeah, work never stops.
It could be taking a toll on your well-being.
This is going to get worse before it gets better.
But not everybody. There's also a portion of people out there right now that are hurting. And that's why I'm forever grateful for where I am and appreciate the fact that I have the opportunities to work from home. Not a lot of people can. Whether it's individuals that were on contract, whether it's people that were lost their jobs, whether it's small businesses, like 2020 it's hurt a lot of people in so many different ways that me and you, even my listener, whoever you are, whatever you're doing right now, we can only probably understand a fraction of what we're seeing and what we're witnessing. But here we are, we're figuring shit out. And 2020 is going to be, if there's anything that I can say when I talk about resilience, it's that we've kind of figured out that we need to figure it out. We can't just put our life on pause. You can't just say, all right, well, the world's going to shit right now and I'm just going to sit back, lay back and not do anything. That's not how our life works, because today it's a pandemic. Yes, it's affected everybody, but tomorrow it might be a relationship. Tomorrow it might be that job that you never got. Tomorrow it may be that promotion that just walked by you. There's so many different triggers that we have in life that break us down and make us question, what am I doing today? And this pandemic is just another one of them. Are you going to pause your life? Are you just going to load and sleep in bed and just, sulk about it? No, you're going to get the fuck up, do 10 push-ups and figure it out. And that's life. We adapt to the situation. We conquer. And that's what that's one of the things that us humans, we have beyond the technology and all that things that we've done over the course of the last 5 decades. Beyond that, it's our our emotional and our ability to connect. That is the most important thing that we have. And I think if anything in 2020, one thing that's worked with me, and I can tell you guys, is that I connected. So how about you? Did you connect with yourself? Do you feel like you got more closer to yourself the more further away you got from the people around you? And you realize the people that are important and the people that are not. And not only that, but what's important to you and what makes you happy. Not the status quo, not the norm, not what the popular opinion is, but what is it that triggers you? What makes you upset? What makes you sad? What makes you happy? I had a chance to realize that through this pandemic, this was definitely a year of revelation. But 2021 is, for me, a year of reset. It's our opportunity to reset and start all over again and continue with the same momentum that we ended 2020, with hope, with admiration to the possibilities that lay out there for us to conquer every little thing. And I think one thing I wanted to share with you guys specifically is this idea called the millionaire mindset that I came across, which I kind of tweaked it a little bit and called it 2020 mindset, because in all honesty, 2020 is really in hindsight. There's so many coulda, woulda, shouldas. I would have done this. I could have done that. But really, of course, if you knew the facts then, you could have done a lot. But life isn't like that. Reality that we live today is of uncertainty. As much as we want to predict our futures are so unpredictable. We can't predict it at all. But what we can do for certain is how we look at it. And so with the millionaire mindset, the one thing that you need to really understand and appreciate, that the one goal we have in life, the essence of life, the word life, the definition of life, is to stay alive. And every single morning when you wake up in the morning, think about that. You've already accomplished that goal, that baseline of being alive. And that's what the most important thing is. And when you realize that that's the most important thing to life, everything else is a bonus. Your perspective and how you navigate and go from one objective to another objective, to the next goal, to the next goal, to the one heartache, to the next heartache, is going to change. It's going to bridge that gap. Because when you start treating everything else that happens in life as a luxury, you realize with that mindset that there's also a number of opportunities and possibilities out there. Think about that for a second. I think that everything else, whether let's say, obviously all your successes are a bonus, but all your failures are also a bonus. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get that job, if you don't get that promotion, if you break up with your significant other. If you fuck up in life, it's okay, because you have the opportunity and chance to do it again, because every single morning we reset. We are alive. And that's why, even though I call it 2021 a reset year, every day should be a reset for us. And that, with that mindset, it's been life-changing. And it's something that I've tried to simulate in my life, that in this pandemic, it doesn't matter whether you had a 10,000 square foot mansion or whether you were stuck in a 740 square foot condominium in downtown Toronto, we were still both alone, very alone. We had to battle between being alone and feeling alone, and embracing the idea of the most important connection one can have with anybody in this world is the connection that you have with yourself, and coming to peace with that. And I think that's what's been really, as much as 2020 has been a roller coaster of a number of catastrophic events, with so many passings that have happened, the pandemic, of course, but so much other bullshit that's happened, systemic racism, protests that have been happening, the farmers' protests in India, Black Lives Matter, everything's still, there's so much that happened in that 1 year. There's so many learning lessons. And I think that's where one thing we need to understand and appreciate is that we have an opportunity to reset every single day. And even those failures, is take them for what they are, dust your shoulders a little bit, do the Corvette dance and keep moving forward, frankly speaking. And that's really what it is. And I think that, the last parting words I want to share with you guys before you guys start 2021, and, I can't wait to share with you guys the future episodes I have in store already planned for you guys to kickstart your year. It's this idea that, and this belief and understanding and acceptance that there's people out there that are dying to be in your shoes right now. There's a kid halfway around the world right now that is literally dreaming about your life, the life that you're living, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, whether you're at the gym listening to this, whether you're driving, whether you're just chilling on your couch. The life that you live right now, the life that you're complaining about today, you're saying this isn't going well, that's not going well, this isn't going well. Think about all the stresses and all the bullshit that's going on in your head right now, and how you're aspiring to, this isn't my life, I need a better life. There's kids out there right now that are dreaming about exactly what you're doing right now. This is their dream, and you're living it. And that goes part of the $1 millionaire mindset, the 2020 hindsight mindset, is that just live your life with that understanding that there's people that want your life, that would literally do anything to live you. And if you're someone listening to this podcast, the ability to even listen to me and hear me, I know we all have our own little bullshits and no one will understand what we're going through, but just if you shift the gears of how you perceive life a little bit, you'll understand and see that 2021 can be a year of opportunities. And let's call it the Great Reset. And on that note, you guys can either, we all as a society, but also as individuals, we can either complain and drown, or we can adapt and conquer. And there's hope at the end of the tunnel. And I don't know what the circumstances going to 2021, whether things are going to get worse before they get better. But at the end of the day, in your own life, let's figure out how we can adapt. Let's see how we can be better, how we can level up every single day. And that's really what it comes down to. And other than that, hope you guys are staying safe, stay blessed. Hope you guys had an awesome, amazing vacation. holiday break. If you didn't have a holiday break and you're still working, you know, hope you guys get some downtime. Big shout out to all of our essential workers out there. You know, this pandemic isn't getting any better; it's getting worse. So please, and I know a lot of people have news fatigue, and I get that, but you know, our hospitals across Ontario and Canada are now at capacity, and it's becoming a dire issue. So we also need to be all mindful and do our part, and whatnot. But stay resilient, and you know, hope you guys can continue to find the silver linings in 2021. Got a bunch of guests planned for you guys, as I mentioned. Stay tuned. Other than that, peace.